Hello again. Lizarus at Wonderland show. Sunday, March 24th, 2019. Part 2. This is a song I'm working on for quite a while, but I'm still working on it. Rain in the desert. Is a murmuration. A curtain of singing cactus wrens. So I'm going to read you a poem of winds, ravens. I'm going to read you a poem that I rediscovered in my crazy, what is this, mining operation through boxes and boxes of things as you're following, if you've been following me, which led me to decide I'm going to do a whole week about my father, who would send me, he's so relevant today. Apart from the cassettes and letters like this is, I think of Mayor Pete, who I'd love to see as president. This is from like maybe 1971 when New York was bankrupt. This would be like a letter my father would send me. I was on so-called vacation on the west coast of Canada, and he was in New York City. My heart, my life. And this is a picture of my dad. Jazz musician, fighter for musicians' royalties at ASCAP, and poet. I found a whole thing of his poems that I never knew existed. I have hundreds of cassette tape letters and that he sent me in my travels. So I'm going to do a whole show, week long, about my dad, his photography, and all will change. So I have been thinking a lot about my life in poetry, which has been my entire life. This is from the Modern American Poetry Conference I attended, 1973. I was really young, had left New York to go to London, and this was Robert Duncan, Jerome Rothenberg, George Oppen, which is really significant, and when we dance like lovers, singing Ted Berrigan was at this. It was incredible, and I used to hang out at the ICA in London a lot. Robert Duncan was one of my teachers, W.S. Merwin, Allen Ginsberg. I played harmonium like when I was 14 for Allen Ginsberg. Deep. Adrian Rich, Denise Levertov. I could just go on, and I will go on, I guess. I feel that I want to share some of this history with you. I'm going to turn this down even more, but maybe it'll be kind of interesting in the background. So, I just found this morning, and I think it was written in 2012. And it's a poem that came out of a really sad experience. I was very brutally... 2012 was a year that was bookended by me being really seriously assaulted by a person who I brought to our beautiful place to do a business with, of east-west instrument making. When we did a lot of music together, and, you know, I'll post a SoundCloud link to something that we did. And I've never really talked about this at all. This is a time where I'm talking about a lot of things and trying to be more present with those who join me in these expeditions. And, you know, sometimes it surprises me. I never write digitally at first. You can see what a mess it always is when I'm journeying like this. Yeah. But it is creative. So I'm gonna get this poem. I'll type it now that I found it. I'm wondering if I have a long instrumental to go with this, right? Because, you know, everything I do is an improvisation. Back here.
We're still beautiful together when we dance like lovers. Singing in the rain, singing in the rain, singing in the rain.
Okay. And then I guess I can loop this. That means I can get loop set. Okay, I'm going to read the poem and then let you go again. Anybody who makes it here. You are the one who withdrew symbolically. Rapidly then. There's no taking back. Some choices have lives of their own. They assert they want their story told, even while the white flag of surrender is waving on the battlefield. I went long into the wilderness, my feet bleeding spontaneously. A mad mountain climber, snow-blinded from watching reruns. Learns, falls again and again. And you said, God never gives more than you can handle. It's an honor to serve if you accept the thrown-down gauntlet. In my head, this is always better than later, captured and caged on paper, pencil in hand. Would that we could erase, start over. Now there's no return. I can't find the path. I drove my car onto the rocks tonight, becalmed and shipwrecked. One hand bandaged by angels, an injured paw. I can't grip the wheel or the neck of a guitar. And I lay gutted on deck, food for scavengers, because the will has gone, replaced by battle fatigue and an insatiable hunger for peace. Despite all that's said to me, good, bad, indifferent, I still can't accept that all this beauty fades in an instant. And you said, I can't feel anything, but I keep thinking that's bound to change soon. Well, let's trade places, 'cause I'd like to know how it feels to feel nothing. Thrown out of the garden, you made me feel ashamed, the death knell for love. Covering up nakedness is the shame of knowing paradise in all its verdant glory. Why is man so afraid of woman? Why are some men great gentle lovers of women? Because their mothers loved them and set them free, and did not send them off to war, and did not sacrifice their young hearts to the Minotaur. I loved you with all my heart, body, mind, and in my heart I married you just like we dreamed at Chartres Cathedral, and I lay with you in the garden of Lizarus in Ireland. But that was just a dream. You said, "You're not worthy enough to marry." And in my dream, we play celestial music. But I stopped dreaming, story weaving, when violence pushed through the veil. Reptilian hurt, frightened little human, naked, alone in the forest of shadows. Every sound a predator. The dog who runs away, cringing from beatings, wounds so deep it's not possible to be reborn or even shape-shift reality. In this white room, shaker essence, those hardy farmer folk, did they sleep together in this four-poster? Did they dream? I have found a kind of peace here, which connects some puzzle dots for me. Although I cannot sleep and sit up reading a poet read in my teens, polishing the stones of language, each stone a word filled with mystery, meaning more than what it seems to mean. Such pride before the fall, to think it was us creating the Song of Songs again, scented with heavy cedar incense, now spiraling labyrinth of smoke signals, haze across the valley. From a million fires burning, each fire a heart, just like mine. Reaching out, broken on the retreat, cedar scent replaced by cordite and rocket-launched grenades. We are all oracles, speaking in tongues, languages we later try to comprehend, how to fly to such heights, breath intertwined only to crash into ancient history, primordial night, and then we fear the heights, fear the depths. Icarus comes screaming down right past our window, a piece of the space shuttle in our front yard, man-made meteorite. You said you remembered being animal, mineral, a pilot many times, and saw your body in the crash from high above as they medevaced you and pronounced you dead. And now we share this death, the piecing together of things, your dad's Super 8 footage of dirt track races. Sitting on the porch today, 3 wise men made this broken woman whole again, and it was more than enough. As I was leaving, you said, "Hurry back." And as I returned, another said, "You're back." No, I'm not, and never will be. Love's deception is that we're immortal, and now it's endless hot and dusty days, moving furniture around, telling lies like it's okay when it's not okay. Virgin in the horror, you got it bad, abandoned and unloved. Your rage knows no boundaries when unleashed. Well, who else can he yell at but you? Bitch, cunt, whore, whorehole, words gets worse. I want to hear those messages which I asked you to erase on Independence Day under an umbrella in the summer rain. I want to hear the words, the colors of your world, prismatic, glistening, shimmering, psychedelic, ethnography, softly falling petals, bits of wax, Icarus wings. We will always try to fly.
I'm trying.